This doesn't seem to be what we're looking for. There appears to be another intact memory close to you in temporal sequence. There. Try that one.
Okay. We'll go this way. Yay!
It's gonna be fine. You'll see.
But we don't know anybody here. And now, with the baby?
Come on, Sarah, you've got to give it a chance.
Whoa.
I finally got steady work with a good outfit. Nothing like... I thought San Francisco was my chance to start fresh. I was the hot shit, the gunslinger from the hub, rolling into town with the world at my feet. Everybody knew I was the one who'd shot Valdez. I could write my own ticket to any outfit in town.
Valdez, we need to remember that name.
It all worked out pretty damn well. For a while. That in the NCR these days.
No, I'm not saying this was a mistake. I'm just... Are you sure these guys know what they're doing?
I was the worst thing that ever happened to her. If she'd never met me, she'd have stayed in the hub, maybe hooked up with someone who didn't kill people for a living. Probably been happier than she was with me. Almost certainly lived longer.
They seem kinda green.
I know, but that's where I come in. Just wait. In a few years, I'll be running my own crew. As soon as I make the connections I need. Then I can... The thing about happiness is you only know you had it when it's gone. I mean, you may think to yourself that you're happy, but you don't really believe it. Focus on the petty bullshit or next job or whatever. It's only looking back, by comparison with what comes after, that you really understand that's what happiness felt like. Give you anything you want. And little Mary, too.
I never worried.
Whatever made me think that a guy like me should have a daughter? No, I never deserved her. Not for 1 second.
Oh.
About you before. Must be my mama instincts kicking in. Who knew I had those, huh?
Come on, you're great with her. And you don't need to worry about me. Most of it's just running security for the she. A lot of standing around looking tough.
Well, they sure picked the right person for that job.
Listen, it's gonna be great here. See this? This is what's gonna keep you and Mary safe.
I have a gun
I
just
promise.
like that.
I know, Connie. I'm sure we're gonna be really happy here.
We are. You'll see. That's okay. I got her.
Let's keep looking. I'll connect you to the next intact memory.
Damn it, I think they're gonna make me feel bad about shooting this guy. Or, you know, grenading him to death. Did I say death? Haha, wrong game. To death.
How did you think this was gonna end, Kellogg? You thought you could just fuck with us, and we wouldn't fuck with you? Just so you know, they died like dogs. And you weren't
I
there
found another
to
memory
help
to
them.
try. I'll connect you.
Uh-oh. This is sad stuff.
Mind if we sit down?
Suit yourself.
So, I hear you'll take care of people's problems. Is that right?
If you pay me. Oh, we'll pay you.
And you'll do this all by yourself?
That's right.
We pay you when the job is done. Is that okay?
That's the way you want to do it? So who do you want dead?
Well, it's like this. There's his family. Lives down the creek a ways.
Well, we seem to be getting closer. Try this next one.
Ew. Oh, that's a connection. All right. That's weird.
Mind if we
Oh,
sit down?
okay. Do. Can we run this? No. We're pretty much moving as fast as they want us to.
Mr. Kellogg, I'm glad you decided to meet with me.
So, you're with the Institute. I wanted to see for myself if you really existed.
We do, as you can see.
What do you want?
It's come to my attention that you've been rather disruptive of our operations lately. This must stop.
I do what people pay me to do. If that's a problem for you, I could see only one way out.
And what's that, Mr. Kellogg?
If I'm working for you, there's no more problem. From what I hear, you can afford me.
I don't think you fully understand the situation you're in.
I think I do.
Very well. B-748, initiate.
Systems offline.
I finally ended up in the Commonwealth. I kinda ran out of road. Plus, I'd come to terms with life. I wasn't gonna be stupid enough to get mixed up with caring about other people again. It was just me against the world. And the world had it coming. You heard all sorts of rumors about the Institute. But I figured they were just a convenient boogeyman for anything bad that ever happened. They were real, all right. They didn't know anything about operating on the surface. Relied on their synths for everything. They had the resources I needed, and I had the expertise they needed. Turned into a permanent arrangement. Suited me just fine.
Impressive. We may have something to talk about after all.
Getting warmer. One of these has got to tell us something.
Agreed.
We're
By the-
running out of brain here. There's one that looks mostly intact. Connecting now.
By the way, when I was staring at her, I was actually looking at the insignia on her shoulder patch there. Do. It looked like it was interesting.
Manual override initiated.
Oh, hello.
Cryogenic stasis suspended.
Vault computers are still working. That's good. Checking through the logs. Hopefully it's all...
Just
There, that's us.
find it.
Pod C6. Down the hall near the end.
The eggheads never liked taking orders from a dirty, contaminated degenerate like me. But they needed me, and I made sure they knew it. I never knew why we didn't just refreeze the rest of them. But we had our orders. I guess the old man didn't want so many loose ends. Too bad he left alive the one person he shouldn't have.
The old man. Interesting.
I was now the Institute's main operator in the Commonwealth. If they needed something done, they came to me. It wasn't usual for anybody from the Institute to come along on
Found
a
another
mission,
intact
so
memory.
this one stood out.
Whenever you're ready.
They didn't know then who it was we were grabbing from the vault. Of course, neither did they. Not really.
Oops.
I'm glad I didn't have to kill the kid. I'm not saying I haven't done it, but, I never liked to. And yeah, I guess it did remind me of, her. Yeah, I'm a cold-hearted bastard for sure, but, still human. Better this way, though. Better than taking her kid and leaving her alive. Even then, I knew it was a mistake leaving him alive. I understood that kind of revenge. No one better. But I was cocky enough to assume I could handle some soft, pre-war vault dweller, even if he somehow got thawed out. At least I know those Institute bastards will soon get what's coming to them, too. If he could take me out, they won't be able to hide from him for long.
So it must have been like his last thought that updated the memory. So is that it?
I never knew why we didn't just
Okay,
refreeze the rest of them. But
Anything
we
else
had
in
our
here?
orders. Guess
Same
big
person?
heads never liked taking orders from
All
a
right.
dirty,
Same
contaminated degenerate
Okay.
like me. But they needed me, and I made sure they knew it.
Made sure. Oh, this is the place.
Is that your son? This appears to be a very recent memory. So, good news, I think.
This is quite clean, actually.
His whole setup in Diamond City was part of some elaborate plan of the old man's. Seems obvious now that we were bait for our friend from the vault.
Interesting.
Timing couldn't have been an accident. It's not how the old man works. I wonder if he outsmarted me in the end. Another loose end tied up. Wasn't my idea to settle down with the kid in the middle of Diamond City. I thought it was a terrible idea, actually. But it was one of the old man's pet projects, so here we were. Me and the kid, like a happy little family. I ended up kind of liking it. A reminder of what my life might have been if things had turned out differently. But there's no going back. I knew it was just temporary. It'd be back to normal business before too long.
Interesting that he's reading surgical journal.
She's right, but Mayor, he's gonna be really mad this time.
Anything else?
I probably shouldn't have even
That's where we're at the other place.
Kellogg,
said it.
it's okay.
Oh,
One
hello.
of these days you're gonna get your head blown off just barging in here like that.
Well, play some music.
Minimizing my exposure to civilians is a priority.
Forget I said anything. So what's the big crisis this time?
I bet he's a synth.
New orders for you. One of our scientists has left the Institute.
Yep, he's talking
Left?
like it.
As in,
He's gone rogue. Name's Dr. Brian Virgil. We know he's hiding somewhere in the glowing sea. Here's his file.
the new breed of synths could easily pass as human. Some of them did. But the coursers, they weren't built to blend in. They were killing machines, pure and simple. Smarter, stronger, and faster than almost any real human. I'm just glad they were always on my side. Wow,
Interesting.
some heads are gonna roll for this. Capture and return, or just elimination?
Elimination. He was working on a highly classified program.
No kidding. One of the top bioscience boys? Damn. So, I guess you're taking the kid back with you.
Affirmative. Your only mission is to locate and eliminate Virgil.
You're taking me home to my father?
Yes. Stand next to me and hold still.
Okay.
Okay, that was the jump.
X688. Ready to relay with Sean.
Bye, Mr. Kellogg. I hope I see you again soon.
Alrighty then.
Teleportation. Now it all makes sense. Nobody's found the entrance to the Institute because there is no entrance. Let me pull you out of there as soon as you're ready.
Okay. Is this it?
Slow movements, okay? I don't know what kind of side effects the procedure might have had. No one's ever done this before. How do you feel?
Where's Nick? Am I okay? Are you seeing anything bad? Next time I have to watch someone's life story, I want popcorn.
Next time I have to watch someone's life story, I want popcorn.
Well, if you're cognizant enough to joke, I think we can safely say that you're out of critical condition.
Yay!
Are you ready to talk about what happened in there?
Sure. You were along for the ride, weren't you? You saw what I saw. There's more than one person who knows about the Institute. Virgil, the scientist who escaped. I saw Kellogg's life, the man who ruined my family, the man I killed. We got what we needed. The Institute used teleportation to get, more.
There's more than one person who knows about the Institute. Virgil, that scientist who escaped.
I didn't know Institute scientists could defect. This changes everything. He could answer all sorts of questions. Where did the memory say he was? The glowing sea? That can't be right. No one would risk going there, not even to hide.
Why? What makes the glowing sea so dangerous?
The name says it all. Radiation. So much that nothing there could possibly live. Nothing pleasant. Navigating radioactive hazards is nothing new. But the glowing sea can kill a man in seconds. That's why it doesn't make sense. Virgil fleeing into that hell. The exposure alone.
That's why he's there. To make the Institute think twice about following him.
That must be it. He's using the radiation in the glowing sea like a shield or a cloak.
Okay.
A way to throw them off and be at an advantage. If Virgil found a way to survive there, you'll have to do the same. If you're going to follow him.
How do I fight that much radiation, Doctor?
There are chemical compounds. Rad-X, Radaway. You'd need as much as you could carry. Maybe more. A sealed environment suit would be great, if you could find one. Or maybe one of those suits of power armor. That would be perfect.
I'll find a way to get through the rads. Don't worry.
Hope it doesn't make us go right now.
And be safe. By the way, I unplugged Mr. Valentine first. Removed the implant while you were waking up. He's waiting for you upstairs.
Thank you, Doctor. Very
sure
helpful.
Manage to find your fair share of trouble, don't you?
It usually finds me.
Hey, I'm not one to judge. Honestly, it's just nice to not be doing it alone for a change. In my line of work, things tend to get pretty hairy. I've been shot at, poisoned, nearly executed. Heck, until recently they called the lockup in Diamond City the Piper Suite. Anything for a story, I suppose.
Someone poisoned you?
You kidding me? I barely had the paper going before I got poisoned. First time, I just published an article about this cartel of caravans that had been driving up food prices in the city. Article went over well, even got a boycott of their goods started in town, so I figured I'd pop over to the Dugout Inn for a victory drink. I'd already taken a swig by the time I realized something was wrong. Vadim, he wasn't at the bar. The beer tasted off, even more so than usual. And I started feeling real woozy. I don't know what he slipped me, but I knew I had to get it out. I'm looking around for something, and there it is, the still, and I just start chugging moonshine. Honestly, I'm still not totally convinced it was better than just dying from the poison, but it worked.
So...
And while I was passed out on the floor, security managed to grab the bartender. He eventually ratted out his bosses, and they all got to share some time in the pen.
Interesting.
Seems that execution didn't quite take, huh?
Thank God. I'd been working on this story about irradiated drinking water in Bunker Hill. I traced the water back to its source through these old sewer tunnels, and what do I find? The children of Adam.
Ooh.
Setting up like they own the place. Unfortunately, they found me just as quick. Turns out they were not fond of reporters. So, to atone for my trespassing, they decided to make a sacrifice to Adam. Me. I'm kneeling there, about to get the boot into this huge sewer pipe, when suddenly I blurt out, "Adam! He reveals himself!" And they buy it. They pulled me back from the ledge, and then gave me their induction ceremony.
That's so funny.
You are looking at an official acolyte of Adam. Took me a couple more days before I managed to sneak away, get Bunker Hill security to finally clean the place up.
That's so funny.
You've led an exciting life.
Sure have. But honestly, now that I'm out here with you, I feel like I'm just getting started. Getting in trouble is what folks like us do. I mean, you and I are out here putting ourselves at risk so people in the Commonwealth can have a chance at a better life. Not for praise or reward or glory.
But for loot.
But because it's right.
Oh, right.
I just
Yeah, that.
wanted to let you know. I'm real happy to be along for the ride.
Aw. Ooh, should we flirt? Not yet. Not yet? Not yet. Just here for the rewards and glory. That's funny because it feels like I've been doing all the work myself. I'm glad you're here too, Piper. Let's just go with that.
I'm glad you're here too, Piper.
Thanks, Blue. That means a lot coming from you. So you want to get out of here?
Yeah. Let's go. And when I said not yet, I didn't mean that we're going to. For sure, I'm just saying it's orange, so let's not mess with it. Jet, we could steal. Okay, so she doesn't like us to steal, which is interesting. Will they just go away eventually, or what's the deal with that? That's intriguing. The Red Death. Beware of the Red Death. Communism is coming. Be vigilant. That's interesting. It's a cool picture.
The memory den's not accepting new clients right now. So
Yeah, shut up, lady. You're mean. Interesting. In here. By the way, if you hear some weird things, it's actually pouring down rain outside and quite windy. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Valentine.
Hope you got what you were looking for inside my head.
Uh-oh.
I was right. I should have killed you when you were on ice.
All right.
Nick, are you still in there?
What? What are you talking about?
You sounded like Kellogg just then.
Did I? Huh. Amari said there might be some mnemonic impressions left over. Anyway, I feel fine, so let's get going. Or I could head back to Diamond City, since you've got company already.
Well, I would think about you coming along with me, except that you just talk like Kellogg, and I don't want you behind me with a gun. Hold on.
We have to head into the glowing sea. Any advice?
I'm a synth, so radiation isn't much of an issue for me, but an old suit of power armor might just be the guardian angel you're looking for.
Yeah.
That, or you could buy up all the Rad-X and Rad-Away you can find from any chem dealer who's got it in stock.
There's something wrong with you, Nick. I don't want you with me.
I told you I'm fine. But I get it. Going through Kellogg's brain was a doozy for both of us. I'll be in Diamond City when you've had time to cool off.
Don't have to be mean. All right. That looks dirty every time I look at it. All right.